Good.
Oh, good. Good.
Well,
Got it.
this is before we start it. I'm going to set the levels back after we were at the... Yep,
Here we are. Yep.
there we are.
All right. It's coming.
Set the levels back after we were at the... Here we are. Yep.
Yeah, because we're on a slight delay. But hi to everyone in the chat. I don't know. Tell us about your day, he said.
All right, testing my microphone.
Oh.
Okay, mines are pretty good if we speak into it, but if we're back here a little bit, it's probably going to be far away. Or it's going to be echoey.
Things.
Okay, I don't feel like sitting in front of my microphone, so I'm going to put my mic gain at 50% and see what that does.
All right. Yeah, because I'm going to be about here the whole time. So.
Oh, that sounds horrible. Okay, now I'm back just in front here.
Yeah. This is only a test. Damn, the wind is really going today.
We're good. Okay, I'm gonna be about 2 hands away, a little bit. Spread hand away. Spread hand away today. That'll be my mic distance. So welcome to Regular Car Reviews, podcast number 23. I'm Brian.
I'm Nick.
And welcome back to my apartment. I miss the dealership. That was good. We should have done. We should have set levels before we started, so we knew what everybody sounded like. And it's just going to be until I get like a better mixer. With what are they? The little spinny, little flappy dials.
Yeah, the
potentiometers.
Yeah.
So or VU meters. So I can actually see what's going on.
Yeah, it's almost like. It's right when I have to go to work. So I don't have, yeah, it's kind of a thing of like being in the old radio studio in KU. Although they didn't have the potentiometers, did they?
Oh yeah.
Did they?
Well,
Yeah.
my board did.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, they had they had analog ones. I think they got new boards now where they have digital VU meters, but they got the sliders. You can incrementally adjust your gain up and down. Plus, there's a compressor working as opposed to what you're listening to. If you're listening to this on iTunes, it's already been put through a compressor in Audacity, so it sounds much better than YouTube.
Yes.
Mr. Regular is getting more handsome. I think Mr. Regular is losing his hair because that's all I see. He's going to complain about his hair. That was a question I forgot to ask Matt Farah. How do you deal emotionally with hair loss? At least I'm not getting a bald spot. The hair is just receding in the front. Anyway, how's the Forester? The Forester, our camera car, is welded back together, seam sealed. It's all good to go. I'll probably hang on to that car for another year. I'm still searching about once every other day for a second generation post facelift manual Forester XT. Stock. Well, good luck. That is years 2006 to 2008. Second gen Forester XT manual, of course, turbo. As of yet, another vehicle has not appeared that is more capable than a Forester. Honda Element. I heard the masses and the Honda fanboys say Element. Here's my argument with the Element. It's a little bit too big. Yes, it does come in manual, and it does come in all-wheel drive. But sitting in mid-2000s Hondas, it's just that plastic everywhere. It's Honda's senioritis period. The interiors are not fantastic. Whereas Subaru during the mid 2000s really started coming on their own as far as interior. It's little things like extra sound deadening and covering interiors with soft plastic and also fabric. Just that little bit of fabric on the door cards, on the armrests. It makes the interior quieter, and it's more pleasing to the fingertips. Makes you feel like they care.
Well, at the auto show, the new Forester, it's just this huge thing that I couldn't even imagine. It's the same level of difference between your Forester and the new one as there is between my mom's old Malibu and the current like Chevy Malibu. That it's just they don't even look like they're part of the same make or model, or because it's different generations, of course, but still, you're getting these sorts of new cars that are having all these funky tech features, like the new Forester has the facial recognition, so it can tell when you're getting sleepy.
Really?
Which is just such a strange, weird feature to have. And then you sit in it and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just incredibly spacious. And I'm thinking in my head of like equipment here and this and that stuff, which is funny because I completely forgot to check for tie down straps or anything. I'm just in the back. Because it never occurred to me to open the trunk. But
this one guy in the chat, Hunter B, says my Forester is best Explorer. Like, yeah, the new Forester is like Ford Explorer size. It's crazy. Yeah. And then Ken over at Steve Moyer Subaru says there's even a newer Subaru, the Elevation or I forget what. It's going to be a 7-seater. Anyway, are you still contemplating a trip to Erie, Pennsylvania? Yeah, I don't know when. It's like, which way I go to first, Erie or Toronto? Toronto's like 7 hours away. Yeah. So there is this YouTube channel up in, right across the border from Buffalo, who wants to sell me a Canadian spec K car, Dodge Reliant. So I told them I'm interested on the condition that Retreat from Moscow 2019 is happening. And I haven't got a definite yes or no whether 24 Hours of Lemons will run Retreat from Moscow a third time. I want to do it. And I want to, again, Fiber One, yo.
Yeah.
I want that Fiber sponsorship. Look, I'll just buy the car, Fiber One. Can we just at very least get like a crate of bars or something like that? Just to say I've been sponsored. I mean, that and maybe some parts and some antifreeze and stuff like that. Or maybe a prepaid Visa card just for gas or something.
Yeah. There was someone in the chat who asked if I found it weird or funny how all the automakers have these bizarre unrelated videos playing in their display areas at the auto show, which is incredibly weird because I remarked on it twice because there's part 2 of my auto show video, which is coming. And I think that's where I mentioned,
tomorrow.
Yeah, which is where I think I mentioned that the CTS V Sport that just has this random film playing behind it that has nothing to do with anything in the Cadillac area. And it at least it's something that I think makes more sense from a marketing standpoint, because you want to project an image of like, oh, it's cool kids and they're in the night, and then you go over to Ford and they're just like, they have these people playing hockey. I don't know why. And
Sports.
Yeah, sports. And then there's a hula hoop girl who was just so, but it was, I don't know why she was there. And
wait, that I thought they just had hula hoops for people to play with.
No, that was woman who was brought in as entertainment, I guess. And so when a sufficient number of people had gathered around, she would put on her song and get the hoops together and start doing her thing. And I was standing there kind of transfixed because like just watching the movement of the hula hoops is so hypnotic anyway. Like it has nothing to do with the fact that she was pretty, because I mean, well, yeah, she was gorgeous, but still, like it's also that she's good at what she does. And you'll see this in the video tomorrow, but it's one of those things where there wasn't any practical reason for her to be there other than, hey, we're Ford, we're bringing in entertainment, and I don't know.
All right, Ford. Rumors of the Ford Ranger Raptor, that's enough for me. Meh.
It's just a very strange thing. And then you go to over to the Genesis area, and you know they have that new the Essentia concept, which is electric car with a carbon fiber shell, and it's gorgeous. Gull-wing doors. It's just ugh. But that's right over there in that area filled with the you can't afford this area.
Oh, where you can't, they have the ropes and the little half walls.
Yeah.
And the people over there are getting free booze.
Yeah.
They have
they have like
the Rolls Royce with the, I love how with the Rolls Royce area, the carpet in Jacob Javits isn't good enough for them. They have to bring their own. And it's like that 1 centimeter step up. And then the squish.
Yeah. They had this whole display at Honda for the Accord, which apparently was North American Car of the Year, which
fine.
Yeah, that was pretty much my sure, why not?
Yeah, it's a mid-sized car with a V6.
It's kind of that thing that everyone can kind of agree upon when you're trying to find a place to eat and you're just tired of the argument. It's like, oh, okay. Accord, let's Accord. Everyone,
fine.
Accord, yeah, okay, Accord.
All right.
We're all going, but yeah.
That one person who objects to smoky bones. I don't know who that person is.
Yeah, they just kind of ruin
bone killer.
It's like all we need. It's 12 Angry Men. It's, you know, just say guilty so we can all go home. It's like just friggin' agree to smoky bones so we can all eat already.
Yeah.
Don't get all picky now.
Someone says Accord equals Applebee's.
I mean, more or less. This one was Candy Apple Red, the one that was underneath the North American Car of the Year display. And I don't know. I was more sort of intrigued by the sort of random things there. There was this Volvo with an espresso machine in back that
wasn't Farrah or somebody talking about that Volvo has the best coffee at the auto show.
Yeah, there was actually a line because they had a proper barista, but a dude barista with a, you know, apron and everything. And
we got coffee once, like 2 auto shows ago or something.
Over at like Lexus was where they had pretty good coffee at Lexus. But the snack game, if you really wanted to get your snack on, you go over to Jaguar / Range Rover, because I guess they were sharing the same space, so I don't know who was responsible for the snacks. But they had, you know, yogurt and fruit and brownies and pretzels, and then they had all sorts of different kinds of coffee and tea, and it was just ooh. And but even then it's close enough that you can look scornfully over at the Porsche part where, you know, you have Michael Clark Duncan like standing in front of the velvet rope, so that you know, unless you are the right type of like that one year where we went and they looked at the badge and like regular car reviews, what's that? And it's just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess we're not wanted around these parts.
If I go back, when I go back to the New York Auto Show, I'm going to make a video and it's going to have nothing to do with cars. It's going to be everything but cars. Still trying to find sponsors for this podcast. But we did get a bit of sponsorship. I'm going to be right back. We got a thing.
I wish I were clever enough not to leave dead air.
I have to make a product video about this. and I'll let you know when I do it. This is like way too good for regular car reviews. Because it's something I made fun of because our homemade Steadicam is perfectly fine. But then Moza gave us this that you have to assemble. I'm not taking this with me to Austin in 3 weeks, but we will use it probably for like local car show videos. It's a gimbal.
Ooh.
And there's the battery, and all my cameras are put away right now. What you do, I've never used a gimbal before because we never had to use a gimbal before. And I always looked at these freaking things as dumb. Like, the crap is this? Actually, you know what? I do need a camera to put on it.
Yeah. It's just
tell them about any other New York stuff. I'm gonna go get a camera.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked some of the Cadillacs. I don't know. They had a Lincoln Aviator. The new one is pretty nice. Volkswagen is doing, a pickup truck now.
That was all over Reddit and stuff.
Yeah. The Atlas, which, I mean, it looks like, I don't know, it looks like an off-brand sort of Chevy type. It's,
for me, it calls to mind the Honda Ridgeline when Honda made that pickup truck. You don't see this camera too much. I thought it would do more than it normally would. It's a Panasonic Lumix. What's the model number? DMC FZ300. Oh, DMC FZ300. So what? It's a Lumix FZ300. It's one of those long zoom cameras I used once or twice for car shows. It's not a cropped frame sensor. It's even smaller than that. So the footage isn't as good. The footage is a little bit worse than my 3200 that we used to use for everything. And it's way below my D750, which is amazing. But one thing that this does do is it focuses all the time. It'll autofocus while you're filming, and it doesn't make noise when it does it. So that's the one advantage that this guy has over even my most expensive camera. It doesn't hunt focus. It focuses softly, and the Nikon D750 goes as it searches. This just goes.
The auto adjust of the.
Yeah, it's always. Nikon's always doing that. This one doesn't. But its stabilization isn't that great. But when put up on a gimbal, suddenly that doesn't matter. What do you think of Mercedes X-Series trucks? Don't care. Something Emerald truck. Someone highlighted my name. Do you remember the Chevy Celebrity Eurosport wagon? I didn't know they made a wagon. Oh, did I just turn this thing on? No. So, people who know how to use gimbals are probably screaming at me right now because I'm trying to thread this camera on to this plate. And then you just can't start one of these things because it's it's not balanced. So then you gotta sit here and move this camera around and move the arms of the gimbal in and out until it stays put. Kind of like when you were on a seesaw with someone who had a different weight than you do. Yeah. And you had to move up and down the seesaw until you sort of got balanced. So now I'm kind of balanced front and back, but not side to side. So it's leaning to the left. So I got to move this camera to the right until it kind of stays straight. Not quite. Gotta do it more. LOL, this is not how you get sponsorships. Get free camera starts talking shit about it. Really, I'm talking shit about myself because I've never used one of these things before.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's kind of straight. And now when I turn it on, there
it goes. I wish I had that at the auto show. Would have made my filming a lot easier. Although I would have ended up looking like Johnny McSocial Media of just like, hey man, smash that like, and
Smash that like button.
Smash, you know, hit subscribe and share and tell all your friends and yeah.
And then it just dampens all of your movements. Of course, it's kind of crooked, but I can fix it. The thumb button. The thumb button. It's like a video game now.
Yeah.
Here, you just hold it.
Huh.
And then your controls are where your hand is. So.
Oh. It's like a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. I like it.
But now it's sideways.
Huh.
And I don't know why it's sideways. Or why it's staying sideways. If I move up or down, oh, there it goes. Like I can move this joystick and manually make adjustments to it.
Real filmmaking.
I know. And then there's extra tubes in here that form like this airplane style yoke. Now why is it crooked again?
It's like the Power Rangers putting all their different weapons together to form that super cannon.
Yeah.
Even though you never really would see them using their weapons individually.
Yeah.
Like how many times did you see Kimberly fire from her bow and arrow? How many times did you see, I don't know, Billy use that trident?
Now here's one thing I don't understand why it continually turns to the right. I try to turn it back to the left.
Do you plan on... I mean, we do have a shoot next week. Are you planning on using it for this? Possibly?
I think so.
Because it'll only be the second shoot.
See, there it goes again. It's turning to the side, and I don't know why it's doing that.
Chat, Roman, what did you use to film at the auto show? I literally just used my GoPro, and then my GoPro died, so I switched batteries, and then that battery died, and so I started using my cell phone, which is a Samsung Galaxy S7, and that was fine. I was just kind of trying to go around and riff on as many cars as I could within the given time frame because I got there late-ish.
If I go too far, it starts freaking out.
Freaking out how? Just
like it can't stay stable anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's all wobbly.
But
and now the joystick isn't working. Huh. Yep. It's like it turned itself off. But I know these batteries are full. Yep. Joystick inoperable. I'm going to turn it off. Okay, it's off. Turning it back on again.
No. All
right, it's in mode 1. So if I click twice, it goes into mode 2, which means something. This thing didn't come with a manual.
That's strange.
Ugh.
Here we go.
All right, now it's turned off again. It's
hello from IUP. Why do you guys rip on IUP? That's just what people do in this area. The same reason they rip on Penn State is because in like the Tri-County area around here, you go to one of 3 universities. You go to Kutztown, Penn State, or IUP. So you're just kind of like, eh. I mean, I guess some people go to Millersville or Westchester.
Okay, focus. Is it going to focus on its own? Now I'm working with the camera. And it's not. It's on follow focus. Why isn't it focusing? I'm your dad.
But also the another weird thing at the auto show is virtual reality baseball.
Yeah?
Yeah, they have a little VR baseball or VR home run derby. You just put on the headset and, pop a few dingers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you get something like 8 hits. And I hit a couple home runs, which I thought the motion detection or the hit detection was being very generous. Mm-hmm. But it's something for the kids, I guess. And also, there was this very moody dog that was there who wasn't really having any of it.
Oh, that was the one who was barking while the lady was trying to give the presentation?
Yeah. And, I don't know. There was this very tiny Pacifica that looked like it was modeled for not even a child, but for that child's doll that I thought was hilarious. And, other things. There was a Hot Wheels Camaro, but it was like a full-size Camaro.
Yeah.
But it had the Hot Wheels logo on it, and it was set up in a little strip of Hot Wheels track, just sitting there.
Oh, okay.
And you see a lot of people just walk right by it. A, because, it's just a friggin' Camaro. And B, because like the new Corvette was there in the background, and everyone was just sort of gathering around and doing like the Shawn Michaels pose to get pictures of it, so that you didn't catch the glare and all that other stuff. It was just very I don't know. It's a Corvette. What are you gonna do? This guy says remove camera strap and rotate the camera on the mount 90 degrees to the right, maybe.
Oh yeah, you're right. If this camera's going to be a dedicated thing, there's really no point to having it on that.
Yeah.
Having the camera strap on. Good idea. Turning that on. Turning this off. Yeah. There we go.
Let's see.
Chevrolet Forever 13.
Me?
I don't know. There's a Chevrolet 21. Oh wait, that's Hellertown. I think Chevrolet 21 in Hellertown.
I've never been. I mean, I've been to Hellertown. I just haven't been in.
So there was this one lady. I don't think I told this story on the podcast. I think I meant to tell it when we were at Steve Morris Subaru, but not here. There's this one lady who goes around the grocery stores around here. There's like a local chain who has a policy, and this grocery store has a policy where if you get up to the register, or I guess this can even be like while you're still in the store, if you buy something, piece of produce or really anything that has an expiration date, and it's expired, they'll refund your money and you'll get a equal product, or like another product that they have on the shelf, like of the same thing. If they have another one,
fair trade.
So you'll get your money back and you'll get the product for free. So this one lady has taken to not gaming the system, but just going around to all, I think they have like 5 stores, and goes around to every single one of them, searches the store for whatever's expired, and attempts to buy it, and then goes, these are all expired. And I never knew that she's been doing this for years until I was at the grocery store at like 10 at night. And they only have enough staff at night for one person to run the register. There's this big line, and I don't know what's going on. And she's there filling out these cards, which I guess is the refund card. And at the time, I didn't know what was going on. So I go up to I asked Courtney, the one clerk that I know, and go, what was that all about? And she goes, oh, her. Yeah, she does that. That's her thing.
So they know she's gaming the system.
Yeah.
And she's don't
gaming it within the rules.
So she's exploiting a flaw, or exploiting something that is supposed to be a customer loyalty
yeah,
engendering policy.
yeah. And the one older man who was bagging said, yeah, I guess she kind of saves us the trouble of finding all the expired stuff and throwing it out, but she does kind of hold up the line when she does it.
Yeah.
And then he points out that, yeah, you see, the lady had bought a 3 packs of soda, like 3 cases of soda.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Some other odds and ends, and then a $60 bottle of cooking oil, like the gallon of, like, you own a restaurant,
yeah,
and you need a butt ton.
I need all the canola.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah.
She's like, yeah, that was a $60 bottle. She got it for free, and I'm like, wow. And the kicker to the whole thing is that as she was getting her free groceries, she had this look on her face, and people who are just listening to the audio will know the face if I make the sound. She had on a face that sound, her face looked like this sound. I'm filling out my stuff. She even looked at me like her face didn't change. It's just.
And there goes my one hope that the woman in this story, because in my head she's at least somewhat attractive, because I'm a terrible person. Maybe because it's human nature to just imagine everyone that you're envisioning in a story is attractive.
Yeah.
But
so I follow her out. I have to know more about this society, like this person on the edge of society, like the weird stuff in between in my own town just excites me to no end. When you find out like local legends,
yeah,
for dumb, like they're legendary for dumb reasons, and like the Appalachian Trail. Anyway, so I follow her out to her friggin' Ford Windstar, and the van is packed with grocery bags. Like, she must have been hitting up all the grocery stores all day.
Damn.
And I'll bet it's all just nonsense in there. The hell are you gonna do with a gallon of cooking oil? Like a whole bunch of malto meal cereal that's just gonna taste like cardboard because it's expired.
Yeah.
But this is your way of getting one up on society.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of wanted to do a little Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Like from As Good as It Gets, from that one line where he walks through the waiting room and says, what if this is as good as it gets?
Yeah.
Like, this is as great as your life is becoming.
Yeah, like this is her Ocean's 11. Like,
yeah.
This is her just is really sticking it to the man.
Like, yeah, the house always wins except today.
Mm.
Well, now it's making a weird noise. Listen to that.
The thing is,
it's trying. Unless I didn't balance it enough. Turning it back off again.
I mean, maybe when the apocalypse hits, she'll have a bunch of malto meal, and instead of eating it dry, she could just pour oil and have cereal and oil.
Yeah.
I got nothing, you know.
But I got obsessed with the concept of devoting all your energy to this one thing. Like, how productive. Maybe it's the whole teacher in me. Like if you devoted this much energy to anything else, you'd be a billionaire. Someone in the chat says, I worked at a Target in college, and there was this lady who moved sales stickers all the time. I let her do it let her do it once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, like, if she was doing this to Target or Walmart or even Costco, like a big box store,
yeah,
whose probably their shrinkage is greater than what you're doing,
yeah,
who cares? But I guess it hurt just a little bit because it's a local chain that's super nice.
Yeah, it's a matter of principle. Like, now you have all sorts of expired goods in your trunk towards some dread purpose. You know, it can't be. I don't know. We can't countenance that kind of behavior. Can't have it. Won't have it.
Okay, now the gimbal is vibrating And it's like it's trying to balance, but it can't. Ooh, it's making a really weird noise now.
I don't know. Maybe Skynet is becoming self-aware.
That's your excuse for everything.
That is my excuse for everything. Because
I was thinking that was kind of like a Penny Arcade moment. Why does this thing keep wanting to spin when it's off? And it doesn't want to face the direction I point it. I guess I don't have it balanced yet.
But what is balance?
Looks pretty balanced to me. This old dude used to come into McDonald's, and unless the wrap was made to look exactly like the picture, he returned it after eating half of it. Oh, old men. Old men in their wars. They're ready to go to war with... See, there it goes again. Oh, look at it spin. Old men wanting to go to war with fast food restaurants. I'm kind of thinking I should have it pointed this way originally.
Well, they have no one else to yell at because their kids don't visit. But this is where the battle will be waged.
I want to know what these old men were like when they were young. Were you crazy then too, or do you become gross and uncooperative and...
You're driven slowly mad by the accumulation of minor aches and pains that have no apparent purpose.
Oh.
You know, from all those doctor visits where, well, we can't find anything wrong with you, but my chest still hurts anyway. And then you get grumpy because there's no fix. You just throw back an ibuprofen and hope that it's not going to be a problem when you try to sleep later in the night watching your episodes of The Tonight Show. But not the Now Tonight Show. It's your old VHS copies of Carson.
Yeah. And you can't taste food anymore. Food all sorts of taste the same, and technology is flying farther and farther away from you. And you realize that without the youth, you'd be completely lost. So you band together with other old men in your Lions Club, and you hold hands and march around the room. Like that one time I went to a Granger meeting and watched old men in this weird sort of ceremony. Like, I guess I was a Granger for a little while. It's not that I was roped into it. I went from my own volition. This is pre-RCR. In fact, if you, like in the second year of RCR, where I filmed a Nissan 370Z up in State College. This predates when we went to State College.
Oh.
They had this Granger conference up there, and Grangers are like the Masons, but there's like 4 levels, and the Masons have like 27 or something.
Yeah,
like
this
that.
sounds like The Craft, but with old men.
What's The Craft?
It's this weird witch coven movie.
Oh. Coven sounds like oven. Again, it keeps turning to the right. Guys from Monza, I'm having a little... It's probably just me not figuring out. And like... Okay, like the old man thing, when technology doesn't do what you want, it's the machine's fault. It can't be my fault. I used to understand the world.
I'm doing it. Well, it's the
I'm doing it, but it's not doing it. Dad, you got to press and hold. That's what I've been doing. No, you've been jabbing at it.
It's that in my experience, old people just would rather you not bother them with technology, because a lot of times, you know, the kids will say, oh, but it'll make your life easier. It's like, but I don't want my life to be easier. You know, you're dropping off an alien in my home and telling me it's going to make things simpler, but you're not showing me how to use it. It's like, but I am showing you how to use it, but you're not. I don't know. It's the processing of information, because all of this stuff is so foreign and alien to people who, you know, they didn't have, like, you had to go out and get a book from your local grocer to tell you what was going to be on TV that night.
Yes.
Like, nobody has to, you know, do that anymore. No, who still gets TV Guide? But still.
There was this guy at my gym last night, My old man naked. I want to make a song, and maybe if Dominic from Chicago is listening, you know, we could make a song just called Old Man in the Gym, and it's just boom, jappa, boom, jappa, boom, jappa. And like on the bass, it's just dun 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 dun. It would sort of be like a metal song, but it'd be just like dun 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 dun. Old man at the gym, dun 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 dun. Once I talk about the weather, dun 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 dun. Balls always seen, dun 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 dun. So it'd be sort of like the Ramones or something like that. Yeah. And so he had some Bluetooth headphones. And oh boy, they're not working. I turned it on and it's not pairing. And he's there, bless his heart, bless his beer belly, on the bench. He's there with the instructions for these headphones that, you know, come folded 16 times on that one sheet of paper, and you see all the crease lines. And he's saying, I'm following the directions exactly how it's, and it's not doing it. No. And I knew I could take his phone and just like the IT crowd, turn it off, turn it on again, unpair it, pair it again. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, maybe if I turn the headphones on and then turn my phone on. Oh, that didn't work. Then I'll do it the other way. I'll turn my phone on. I'll de-pair it. I'll take probably whatever the headphones are is probably on the phone, and then delete it from the phone. Like delete the headphones from the phone Bluetooth menu. Then turn the headphones back on. It'll appear as new, and then probably then it would work.
See, but then I would end up siding with the old man on that, because why would you not, like, if you're Bluetooth headphones, why can I not just take you out of the box and have you pair with my phone without having to jump through? It's like we're not trying to cut the Gordian knot here. Like, we're just trying to get my Bluetooth headphones that are going to die in 2 hours anyway to pair with this phone that is on half battery anyhow. So
you want to know something was weird about these things? If you let go, if you hold on to the gimbal and not the handle, the handle does this. Like, the more I learn about these gimbals, it's not this that's being stabilized. The motors are in the handle.
Huh.
And also, I think I keep putting it on wrong because it keeps pointing to the side. So I think I was right the first time, or I was right the second time, and I didn't listen to somebody. That I got to spin this thing this way.
I mean, there are people in the chat offering to look up the manual for you if you provide the number.
Oh, the model number?
Yeah.
Moza Air. What does it have? Does it have an alphanumeric designation? Moza is the name of the company, and the model is called Air, as in the stuff we breathe.
Mm.
I was looking at a bunch of YouTube videos, but most of the instructional YouTube videos are the no-duh, or the no-shit Sherlock stuff. Yeah, I get it. Turn it on. These are the things. But what I want to know is proper technique. One of the more helpful ones said that proper gimbal technique is to use the extra bars and to hold it close to your chest. What I want to know is why my camera isn't focusing all by itself. It's on follow focus, unless it's on AE lock. Nope, that's not it. It did it before. Why isn't it doing it now?
This person wanted to know how you liked the Loner Impreza.
Oh, I like the Loner Impreza. We talked about it on the... Let me see if this thing's going to go now. Oh! A little bit better this time. Yeah. The Loner Impreza... Come on, focus. Focus, you fuck! What is this? Is this what it's like to be old? Technology works and then it doesn't. Oh, Dad, but you put it on. I realize my setting. I put the camera on, like, focus on someone's head, but there is no head. So it can't look for a head.
Well, not with that attitude. There's no head.
Yeah.
But
all right, focus on the glass. Still not focusing on the glass. Huh. See, it's going to have to focus automatically because I'm not going to be able to reach up to this camera that's moving around and hit the focusing button. I did it before. Now it's not doing it. Yeah. So the Impreza loaner that I got was very good. It was boring as shit. But the one thing it has going for it is that it's the cheapest all-wheel drive car you can buy right now. It's now cheaper than the, I think, discontinued Suzuki Swift SX4, I think. and it's going to get better mileage. And the real selling point of the new Impreza is that with the CVT, they're claiming 35 miles per gallon out of a Subaru. Pretty damn good. And the CVT will get better mileage than the 5-speed manual. What I want to know is if there's still some Subaru weirdness in the car, because there wasn't when I drove that WRX like a few years ago, and I said, "Hey, congratulations, Subaru, you made a Toyota Camry."
Yeah.
And my joke is for this new Subaru Impreza, congratulations, Subaru, you just built a Mazda 3. But I'm realizing now that's the point. They can't keep making cars to satisfy Subaru fanboys. They're going to have to build a nice, bland product. I said bland, didn't I? Well, they have to build a product for the type of person that says, I just want a car that runs and is good in the snow. Here you go.
Yeah.
Subaru Impreza with a CVT. Why isn't it focusing?
I love how this has turned into a podcast-long ordeal.
Ordeal. Like, I think I'm good with the... I'm going to turn off the gimbal, remove the Lumix from this, and try to get the thing to focus by itself and find out what mode I'm supposed to be in. CVT and the new Corollas are poopy, says Mark Smith. How long have we been going here? 46 minutes.
Yeah, I have no idea. The thing is, they give you too many modes. Well, modern cameras, I mean. Focus, it's like they give you all sorts of options.
Maintains focus on subjects with unexpected... Okay. Metering mode? Yeah, I'll do that.
It's like when I used to play the wrestling games on PlayStation, and after a certain point they gave you so many options for what you could create with the wrestler that it's just, you spend 6 hours making, you know, yourself into your ideal self, and then by the time you're done with the cosmetic side of it, then you got to give him a move set, and then by then it's like you don't even want to play the game. Like, you don't want to take him into the ring, you don't want to make his entrance, you just want to just put the game away and never touch it again.
Are those Audio Technica condenser mics? Yes, they are. Are they sounding okay to you? To Kibby. Now something new appeared. A button that just says E. My exposure is set. Oh, I had some underexposure dialed in.
Well, I'm gonna dip into the subreddit.
Okay.
r/regular car reviews, where we have the dedicated thread for Ask RCR, where you can ask questions that will possibly be featured on the podcast if we're not just talking to the live chat or from technology that won't work. Yeah. This one is all right, so any weird lift stories?
I picked up 2 girls who were just coming home from Easter dinner. Nothing weird about that. Any weird people or bounders? I picked up a few people. I went out for St. Patrick's Day, and I drove all the way to Allentown to start picking up people there. And yeah, I made enough money to really cover my. That better not be snow out there.
Oh, I'm gonna be furious.
On my phone, it just said more flurries next week. But today is, it's just stuff blowing around. Today's just high winds, which means there's going to be a little bit sunny out. I'm going to Allentown later, or Bethlehem later today. When will we be getting our Lord and Savior Bruce Henn on a podcast? I'd love to have Bruce Henn on. He's not much of a conversationalist. He's kind of quiet in real life. He's good on camera. Tony Rumble is much better.
Yeah.
Tony Rumble was a bartender, and so he's naturally, a chatterbox, which in a good way. He's super friendly to be around. Anyway, now Bruce, you'd almost have to coach him through how to be present on mic. I mean, if you ask him questions, he would probably answer them. He would answer them in a very short. He won't be curt, but he'll answer your question in the least amount of words as he can, and in the simplest terms that he can, which is nice when you're talking to customers at a shop. He doesn't waste your time. He doesn't want to waste his own time.
Yeah.
But as far as waxing poetic about machines, not really. Mostly he just sends me like porn bloopers on Facebook. That's funny to him. But the thing is, Bruce doesn't have a Facebook for himself, so he just uses his wife's. So it says Susie Henn and a picture of his wife, and then just like tits and combs just going everywhere. And he sends me this one video of this one girl who's on a fuck machine, but she's strapped to it upside down, and it's being pulled by a lawnmower down a dirt road. And she's going up and down on one of these like auto fuck machines, and you just see this pulling by like this John Deere lawn tractor, and you just see it going by, and that's the whole clip. It's just like this GIF. Why isn't this thing focusing? I don't get it. It did it once before, and now it doesn't do it now.
This person asks, which one's better, a 2002 Firebird / Camaro 3.8 V6 or a 2002 Mustang 3.8 V6?
What year Mustang?
They're both 2002.
So that's going to be your engine, the Cologne V6.
Yeah.
According to Bruce, the Cologne V6 isn't worth repairing at all.
Yeah.
He just says, once this engine breaks, get rid of the whole car.
Yeah.
It's not worth the money to replace, so we're going to go with General Motors at that point. General Motors makes all right V6s. If it was the Ford Duratec V6, that's a different story. That's a double cam nice engine. Minecraft or Grand Theft Auto? Minecraft.
Oh, I'm Grand Theft Auto. It's a very, I think the largesse of it all is what gets, which is funny because Minecraft has that exact same feeling of largesse, of, infinite possibility. Perhaps more so than GTA, but I don't know. It's kind of like that I can goof off in that game and not actually have to do anything.
Oh, I see what I was doing wrong. It doesn't do autofocusing unless you're recording. It won't do it in preview. That was the entire thing that was going on here. Focus on the mic. Very good. Focus on Nick. Very good. Focus on my laptop. It may have trouble with this. Yeah, it has trouble with screens. Focus on my heater. Very good. Focus on the webcam up there. Very good. Zoom in on it. Very nice. Focus on the base. Very nice. Focus up there.
What's your opinion on the Newcastle Brown Ale Drought Keg?
Didn't try it yet. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, Newcastle is pretty good, generally, in my experience.
No, yeah, Newcastle Brown Ale. Never bought it. I don't think it's complex enough for my palate.
See, and I don't have a refined palate with beer. like at all. I'm just a very and that's mostly because, you know, when you get to a certain financial place when you're 21, you just go for the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
It's like being, and then you need to teach your palate how to receive more complex flavors. And I imagine, you know, like I can't really tell the difference between various different ports, especially if they're those dark coffee ports or whatever.
What do you think of Guinness? I think Guinness is great for people who don't want... this is sexist. Guinness is great for chicks who don't like beer, because Guinness doesn't taste like beer. It tastes like cream coffee without the coffee flavor. If you love mochachinos, you'll love Guinness. Yeah, but if you go to Ireland and blah, 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 blah.
That was actually my roommate's argument in college. He was a Scottish guy from Brazil, and his thing was that Guinness basically tastes great everywhere but here because of the water used to make it everywhere else but here. Like, everywhere else has better water, presumably, than we do. You know, now granted, if you get a Guinness here, it's not like they're dragging it up from like Schuylkill River water, but in a general sense, you know, I could believe that a Guinness is better in Ireland than it would be here, but is the taste going to be so radically different that it will convert a non-believer?
Right.
Probably not.
How much of it is really the product, and how much of it is your mind that you're standing in Ireland, you're in, is a brewery in Dublin? I forget. Wherever the brewery is, and you're standing up there and everything's amazing, and the bartender is speaking to you in that amazing accent, and someone in the back, and there's a poster of Conor McGregor somewhere, and all that in your head thinks it's better.
It's a framed photo of Conor McGregor with prayer candles around it. Come to the bar with us, have a pint of Guinness. Yeah. And it's just, there's something so homey and comforting about the notion of it. Yeah. You know, you almost want to do a Joyce and just wander around and people watch and go, you know, I'm broke, so let me have peas and vinegar. Because that's what he has in Ulysses. He goes to the bar, orders a ginger beer and a plate of peas in vinegar.
Oh, I thought he had beef stew. Maybe it was are we talking about the Lestragonians chapter again?
Don't remember offhand.
The Lestragonians one. Oh, the Lestragonians one is when he goes to this other pub and was disgusted by everything in there, and then he leaves.
Huh. No, this is a different one because he actually like settles in at the bar. I don't know. I kind of hate Ulysses. It's one of those books that I've read 4 times. And it gets clearer, like the picture always gets clearer, but the reason for its merit kind of doesn't. Yeah. In that it seems to be complicated for the sake of complication. And that just drives me up a wall. So.
Man, the wind's really picking up outside.
Yeah, it is.
We're coming up on an hour. Is there any sort of questions going on in the chat? One guy says, "What do you think of IPAs?" IPAs are now my lager. Like, if I don't know what I want, it used to be I'd get a Yingling, and now it's usually Perpetual IPA by Trogs is my gold standard.
Yeah, I actually can't remember the last time I had a Yingling, because it's.
I don't think I'm ever going to be buying a case again unless I'm going to a party, unless we're going out west and I'm taking stuff with me to just give to people who don't have it.
Well, the thing is that there's been a sort of a pox of craft breweries just popping up in the area. Yeah. And so if you want a more complex beer, you know, there's easily, you can go over there and they'll do that whole Wegmans deal of, you know, just pick 6 things and get a little carry out thing. And then you have 6... you know, perhaps needlessly complicated beers, but it's something interesting. You know, it's people are really working with beer craft now.
Go with Strogs or familiarize yourself by by a 2000 legacy Spec B, right? The new 50th anniversary WRX, there was one sitting over there at Steve Moore Subaru, and that one appears to be, with my eyes, a spiritual successor to the Spec B. It's a WRX. It doesn't look WRX-y. I don't even think there was a wing on the back. Maybe there was like a lip. I took a picture with my phone. I have to post it on Instagram or something like that.
How much body rust before it's not worth it?
Depends on your state, really. I mean, some Californians would junk a car if it has rusted rocker panels. Up here in Pennsylvania, just cut it out, weld some new stuff in. What are your chances, Kibi says, what are your chances of RCR doing a trip to the Midwest, specifically the Great Plains states? Well, we were out there about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
In a trip. I probably will go to Iowa. My buddy Tom lives there. The next trips are Austin, Texas. That's just me. That's the last weekend of April this month. There will be no RCR meet. I don't have it in me to do it. Also, it's tough to do a meet if Nick isn't here because I only like tag team matches. It's tough being the fulcrum on which everybody's good time pivots.
Yeah. That's a good line.
I don't think thanks. Well, it's half Henry Rollins.
Yeah.
Thanks though. Did I read the Dubliners or not? Someone says Dubliners.
I read The Dead. Like, that's where the short story The Dead comes from. It's people at a party. I don't know how else to describe it.
Did you guys ever go to Connecticut? One person asks. Yes, I drove through it.
I've never been, I don't think.
Fiber One Lemon Bar K car. Fiber One Lemon Bar K car. That's some good rhyming.
It is.
Yeah. Hey, big fan from Pakistan. You guys are pretty awesome. Awesome dream car, go.
Oh, they're asking what the dream car is.
Well, I bought mine and then sold it. My 88 AW11 Mark 1B. It was a delightful dream, and now someone in Malibu, California has it. Apart from, I get to drive so many nice cars, but the idea of having and preserving a car no longer appeals to me because I did it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing that I don't want hurt, and it stops becoming a car that you can forget about when you go into Staples and buy more mechanical pencils. Worrying about is someone out there effing with it. Because when you got something that's perfect and beautiful, all it can do, there's nowhere to go but down. So, like a dream car feels like a buy and hold to me. Things that I want to do would be, on a long enough timeline, everything gets an LS. I'm not opposed to the Falcon getting an LS at some point, even though the 302 Redeemer is a perfectly rebuilt 5.0. It's going to go, the Falcon's going to go into Bruce probably for the month of August. It's going to have to get something to help. That carb, it can't drain back, because I finally looked at the carb and I'm like, wait a minute, it's not the carburetor isn't draining back, because when the fuel comes into the carb, it comes in at the top, and then the fuel just sort of falls to the bottom of the carburetor. So it's not going backwards against gravity back down the tube. So that's not it. It's probably just evaporating because the engine bay gets very hot. Oh, that was something I could have done today. Working on spacing up the hood. Yeah, but I'd have to do a test or something like that. I'd have to, when I get back from driving it around, shutting it off in the garage, then leaving the hood up, and then seeing if it still maintains pressure in that line. And if it doesn't, I have to find out why I just lose fuel pressure every time I park the darn thing. So the solution's probably going to be an an auxiliary fuel pump. I go through all this trouble to put a mechanical fuel pump in there, and now lo and behold, I'm going back and putting an electric one in there to probably just run for a little bit to up the pressure in the lines. But the big question I don't have an answer to is, if I have an electric fuel pump back at the tank pushing fuel up through, that fuel line passes through the mechanical fuel pump on its way to the carburetor. Will positive fuel pressure going in to the mechanical fuel pump hurt it? I don't know the answer to that question, because a mechanical fuel pump creates negative pressure. It sucks fuel. A mechanical fuel pump sucks fuel from the fuel tank.
Yeah.
A electric fuel pump pushes the fuel from the fuel tank up to the engine. How long does it normally take? There is no answer to that question. How long does it normally take to reply back to an email regarding reviewing a car?
Yeah.
There is no answer to that question. Yeah. Sometimes when I get it, most times it just gets cataloged.
Yeah.
So into my big pile.
You're ever in the area and we need something, you can just type in the name of the place.
The Datsun Z cars run an auxiliary. What did that thing say? Some guy went away. Something about Datsun Z cars run an auxiliary electric fuel pump, so I guess it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
You should do a collab with Doug DeMuro. I already did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already did. Look up RCR Ferrari. I reviewed Doug's old Ferrari. Of course, he's leaving Pennsylvania now.
Is he?
Yeah, he's moving to California like every other YouTuber.
Ugh. I mean, I don't mean like...
I get it. This fucking winter.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just can't imagine living in California is the thing. Like, I need seasons. Like, for as much as this sucks right now, like, I would miss it. And that's kind of... I don't know. Like, California is really fun to go to every now and then.
One guy, David Buey, says, yes, it will hurt the mechanical. In what way will it hurt it? Jack Moon says, on our aircraft, we have both electric and mechanical fuel pumps, and they are used in conjunction during takeoff and landing. Worst you'll do is overfuel and cork out. All right. Now, the thing is, between the mechanical fuel pump and the carburetor, I have a fuel pressure regulator, and it's set at 7 psi. So that thing... They make little mechanical fuel pumps that are like no bigger than two things of lipstick, and they're made for carburetors. I think Holly sells one. They're like $20 though.
Yeah.
I get the warm weather, but nobody wants to live in California, especially, and taxes would be crazy. Texas has seasons, except it's at random and no snow. Car guy moving to California like gun guys moving to England. Huh? I don't get that joke. All right, it's been an hour. I have some stuff I need to do today.
And I have no reason to be yawning right now whatsoever.
Something, 1997 Dodge Aries, something. All right. Imagine living in Iowa. I can't deal with not having mountains. I need mountains in the background.
Yeah, and I need people with a certain type of accent, I guess.
That's the podcast.
Yes, it is. So have a great week.
Have a good week.
See you next week.
Yeah, we'll probably do something.
Yeah.
I'm Brian.
I'm Nick.
That's the podcast.
Yep.
Take care.